The first new NASCAR game in 4 years has finally released, and people are asking, is it good? And well, there's so much to get into with that because this is the first new NASCAR game in 4 years. NASCAR gaming in general has had a really rough history in the past 15 years or so. And I've been playing NASCAR 25 since release, but I feel like I can get stuck inside my own head sometimes. So I am inviting a fellow content creator, a NASCAR gaming content creator, D Gooden 24, on to the Gay Racing Podcast. Hello, Dylan.
Hello.
How's it going? How have you been? Because obviously it's almost like Christmas for NASCAR gaming content creators with this new game coming out. How have you been? Tell us a little bit about your channel.
Yeah, so I started doing this like 5 or 6 years ago, and I don't really know why. I guess COVID, I saw everybody doing these stuff. I think maybe I was jealous of people getting the new NASCAR games early. Like, I think that's like legitimate. And I'm like, I could do that. And I found out very, very quickly that it's very hard to get people to watch your stuff. I'm sure you understand that.
100%.
It's a struggle to get your stuff out in the algorithm. And, after 5 years of grinding and working and having some people notice, we finally got our hands on the new NASCAR game early. And it's been exciting. I think this is the most hype I think we've had around a new NASCAR game in a long, probably ever. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're going to get into as we start talking about the game, because to be fair, and let's just talk about our expectations before release, because I think we've been here before in a way with, NASCAR Heat Evolution. We had a brand new developer and it was kind of a letdown. Same thing somewhat with, of course, NASCAR Ignition. Like, we've had these new developers come in for NASCAR games and the hype really builds up and then it just dies down immediately once the game comes out because of a myriad of issues. And, iRacing Studios, this being their first release, we've had some similar energy, I feel like. I don't know if you would agree, but I think we can comfortably say that the game is at least, there's a certain amount of quality there where I don't think this is a NASCAR Heat Evolution situation.
No, I think this is, I'm so I was I'm an optimist. When NASCAR Heat Evolution, they announced that, I really thought that was going to be like an HD Dirt to Daytona with like the same, because they left the same sounds in, and that wasn't it. I don't hate that game like everybody else does. I know it's bad and has problems, but I have some enjoyment with that. And then when NASCAR 21 got shown off, I got pretty stupidly excited for that too. And I got burned just like everybody else on that one. And so with this one, it's technically, it is iRacing Studios, so iRacing knows what they're doing, but they bought Monster Games,
right? So
it's essentially like a mixture of the two, and that's why there's so much, like, a lot of people say it's like NASCAR Heat 6. Yeah. So these people know what they're doing. They've done this a bunch, and so for me, that's why I was just super excited. I didn't think they would screw it up, and I don't think they did.
I think the NASCAR Heat DNA that is in NASCAR 25 is a blessing and a curse. I think NASCAR Heat has a reputation attached to it. Like I like the series, especially like NASCAR Heat 4. I thought the game was actually really good. Yes. But I think people seeing that, they're like, it just kind of disgusted them a little bit. Like, oh no, this is just NASCAR Heat again, really? But I think with the amount of crunch that it takes to get a game out in 2025 these days, and I'm not just talking about NASCAR games, I'm talking about all games. My expectations for this game is this game's not going to come out perfect, because no games come out perfect these days. Like, even the AAA developers, they cannot get games out perfect these days. Patches come out. And I think, it's almost a perfect storm with, having some of that NASCAR Heat DNA and Monster Games, who has the experience, and then iRacing with their assets and their track models and their car models, like all that coming together, I think is kind of the reason that they are able to get a game out, meet this deadline of getting it in 2025. And the game is, honestly, it's not perfect, of course, as we're going to get into, but it's really, really quality. Like, I've been having a lot of fun playing this game. I thought, like, there was a chance that maybe I'm going to drop it after a few days after I get tired of it and the bugs get to me. But no, I've been playing this game like all week.
Yeah, it's addicting. Like the first few days, I just wanted to go home and play, and that's all I wanted to do.
I feel like a kid again.
Oh, exactly. Like I put on Twitter and that this is the most fun I've had playing a NASCAR game since I was Christmas morning, Chase for the Cup 2005. Like 100%. So cool. And that's the thing. That's the thing. The fun factor is there. While it may not be perfect, it's just fun to play, whether that be with the controller or a wheel. I just can't get that out of my head, you know? Like it's just fun.
Yeah, and I think people like, negative people on Twitter, I don't know, maybe they're not as in tune with the gaming industry as some people, but again, as like a gamer who I play a lot of different games, this is just kind of how games come out these days. It's kind of a sad reality. They come out and we need patches for it. This is not limited to what iRacing Studios has released here. And either way, though, they've been releasing patches like almost every day since the game came out. Obviously, this isn't going to last forever, but I think it just speaks to, I guess, the level of quality that this studio and the iRacing developers like really want NASCAR 25 to have. And it makes me feel confident about not only the future of this game, but the future of, NASCAR 26 and the yearly releases as we go forward.
Yeah, and the thing about these patches is like they're pretty substantial. Like I don't mean like gigabyte wise, but I just mean like everything they come out with is something that like somebody like it's something actually that's helping the game. Like they just did some like stuff for the fuel consumption and tire wear and stuff that actually works, and it's great. Now I'm sure some people are upset because there are so many patches, and like you said, that's just how the gaming industry is these days.
Yes.
But I'm fairly certain. So a misconception with this game is that they had all this time to work on it. They had 2 years. And I have been trying to beat the drum to say that that's not a lot of time. Mm-hmm. They had to build this game from essentially scratch on a brand new engine they had never worked on, get all of the assets transferred over, and then get the game working. And then they could build stuff on top of that. Right. And so for 2 years, I know that for a fact they were working on this up until like the day obviously I never stopped, but like
they still haven't stopped actually.
Yeah.
And again, though, that is just how gaming is. And referring to my previous point, that's why we're really lucky iRacing's assets are involved in Monster Games and their experience with these NASCAR games. I think without that, we could be having likely another NASCAR Ignition kind of situation.
Yeah, every patch that came out for that game, I felt like it broke 10 other things.
Right.
And with this, I don't think we've had that at all. I think every patch has basically kind of fixed what they wanted it to for the most part. I haven't noticed anything too crazy, but they seem to be working, fixing the things that they say they're going to fix.
Right. The only thing I would wish I wish they'd be a little bit more specific. They'd be like, "Oh, we adjusted the draft effect slider," and I'm like, "What does that mean? Like, what? Yeah, like, what do you mean? Like, sure. I had it the setting when I."
They said something about like the AI pit time or something. Right. I was like, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means.
They're still smoking me on green flag pit stop, so I don't really know what to think of that.
I'm turning off black flags. I'm just going to full throttle it into pit road.
Right. Yeah. So like again, the game's not perfect, but it's not like there's nothing keeping me from playing and enjoying the game, which is really, really impressive, really big to say. Let's start actually talking about the game. And I think one of the most positive things, every video I see reviewing this game talks about the driving model first and foremost. And, I'm someone who's played a lot of iRacing, and iRacing's driving model for NASCAR is pretty damn good. It's not going to be perfectly realistic because there's just little like nuanced things, but for a console game, and if your expectations are in line for what that should be for a console game, you can tell iRacing had something to do with this in a way.
Yeah.
Just the way the car behaves. Like, obviously it's not like I played with it on my wheel and I'm like, yeah, this definitely isn't iRacing, but it still feels like I'm driving a stock car on a controller, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And for me, it's the I've seen a few people say I don't feel the difference between all the series, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like the ARCA car is a handful. The truck is, you're more full throttle. The Xfinity car is a handful, and it's the Cup car is like slot cars. Like
The car is not even like a stock car. Like it's just like,
No.
what is this? Like you can feel the rear end like so stuck until it's not. So
for me, when the game first came out, there was a glitch with force feedback in the wheel, and I was playing on the wheel, and I'm like, no, this still feels good. I don't understand what you all are talking about. And then the patch hit for me, and I'm like, oh, I see what I've been missing, and it made it even better.
Right.
Like it's really good.
Yeah, because something I've always said with NASCAR console games too is like this is not supposed to be a sim, especially it's NASCAR, right? I mean, kids are gonna be playing this game, and we want kids to play this game, and then they'll start watching the real races on Sunday. And I used to say this years ago, but I don't need the physics to be realistic. I need the physics to convince me that it's realistic. If I had no idea, if I've never played iRacing, but I played this console game, I would probably think, oh, this is probably really realistic. This seems like this kind of looks like what I see on Sunday. That's all you need. You don't need, because especially, I mean, we have people playing on controllers, and that's also kind of want to go to next, because I've actually been playing on both a controller, but I also have like a wheel stand in my closet. I've been playing on both. I've kind of been swapping back and forth. There's like pros and cons for me. How much? So you say have you been mostly playing on wheel? Mostly
wheel. I've done a little on controller, and the little that I did was a handful, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, I started on controller because like getting into this, like first of all, I wish it was already out on PC because I would have just gotten it on PC. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Let me play this on controller because I can always play iRacing if I want to get sweaty. I kind of just want to chill with this. Let me play it on controller, but I haven't played a racing game on a controller in like years. So I had like a bit of a learning curve, but once I got used to it again, I'm like, this feels kind of nice. Like it's I think the hardest part is just the steering, like just having precise steering. But in some ways, like the braking's kind of more responsive on a controller than like the pedals.
Yeah, I feel like I can't get it slowed down with the pedals.
Yeah, I can't tell how much I'm really pressing.
Yeah, I feel like I need to mess with it some, because like when I go to road courses, it's just like, oh gosh, I'm overshooting like every hard braking corner.
Yeah, I have a load cell pedal, so it's like you can press that down really hard for max input, and I don't know if the game, like, because I'm not on my PC, I don't know if the game can like calibrate that in a way, if that makes sense.
One of my complaints that I do have, and this was in the Heat games, there was a little button you could press so you could test your everything.
Yeah,
like you could turn left and right and see how quick it would go left and right in your pedals, and I can't find that in this one, so I don't think it's there. I wish they would add that.
Yeah, and I saw what's his name, DJ EJ. He's iRacing content creator. He said he really wants the, like, from iRacing, the throttle and brake live, like, what's it called, telemetry, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, because it's, you almost need to know how much brake you're putting in. But that's why. So back to my like original point though, I've found like some pros with the controller, like braking, but then with the steering wheel, I'm like, oh, I can actually like go 4 wide at Talladega and not hit anybody because I can hold my line. So I've been flopping back and forth, but I think it's great that the game feels good on both. I think the force feedback's still not perfect. Like it still feels a little dead when it's going straight, but I mean, it is what it is. It's I might just be comparing it to iRacing too much in my head. That could also just be the problem, I guess.
I don't know. I've felt it's been good, but again, everyone's different, you know. Like right. I've been through, gosh, I started iRacing in 2010, so I feel like I've been through hell and back on that service, you know. And so I like, that's the one thing I really don't have a complaint about though, is how it feels. The wheel. I honestly, I've only like I'm pretty exclusively, when I do my videos like for career modes and stuff, I play on a controller, and this is like the first time I've like legitimately stuck to a wheel, and I think I'm happier with that. But I don't know if I would want it like this if it was more of if it wasn't iRacing.
Yeah, you know? That's interesting, because I'm weirdly the opposite, because now I'm like back to sticking to controller, and part of that for me is just the accessibility and the ease. Like I don't have to, you know, wheel my wheel stand out to my desk and stuff, because that's just my setup. I don't have a rig, but but yeah, I don't know, I enjoy the casual approach with a controller. It feels great. Sure. And I kind of want to talk a little bit about driving, or not driving, but racing online a little bit, because I've been seeing people talking about playing online a little bit, and I find it a little funny. And this is just me being an iRacing snob, because I'm like, if I want to go compete, I'll just go play iRacing, right? It's just
same.
a better online experience for me. But like, I forget that, there's like teenagers playing this game that can't afford like how stupidly expensive it is to race on iRacing. Have you played online at all? Because I don't even have PlayStation, what's it called? PlayStation Plus. So yeah, I haven't really messed with online yet.
I actually put in, I put in about 3 or 4 hours last night, and I did it on a wheel, and my friend did it on a controller when we joined a bunch of lobbies and stuff. And he was just as fast and faster than me about everywhere we went. So like he's pretty good at this stuff, but like, it was nice to know that just because I had a wheel didn't mean that I was going to go out there and smoke him.
Yeah.
Every time. You're really, and I'm like you, if I want to race online with people, I'm going to do iRacing, but I wanted to try it. And I was surprised with the amount of fun that I had. Now, you're at the discretion of the people you're playing with, obviously. If you get in there and people want to mess up and go backwards and be stupid, then you can't help that. They do have some things in place. They have ghosting. Like if you do go backwards, you're going to get ghosted. If you stop, you're going to be ghosted. But you can't help people that just want to run you into the wall or wall ride. There is some of that in this game. But for me, if you could get like 20 really good, clean drivers in a race, you're going to have so much fun.
Right.
Like legitimately, the net code is okay. I didn't notice anything crazy last night. You can race side by side with people. Bump drafting actually kind of works. Like it felt good at about every track.
Yeah, I think what gets me is the lack of like matchmaking. Like the lobby system they have seems so archaic. Like I thought that I thought the same thing with the NASCAR Heat Series. I'm just like,
it's the same.
I have to. Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean I have to just hop in one of these random lobbies? What? Like, can you just like can we have like a ranked ladder? Can we just like put me in a race with people at my skill level? Like, that's why, like, if you're, I don't know, I just been seeing so many people talk about online, and I'm like, yeah, sure, but like, bro, I got this for the offline. Like, can we talk about that? Like, I can't believe, but again, I forget, like, there's kids and teenagers and even adults. Like, iRacing's expensive. But that's kind of more like, yeah, maybe there's some things about the online that could be better. The, policing the racecraft and some matchmaking systems.
They have some sort of ranking system that they added, and like it determines like each lap you run, like there's tiers of lap times. And if you run an S, like it shows you how many times you run each type of lap. And if you run a clean lap, but I don't feel like it does much of anything. You're still at the discretion of the people you're racing against.
Well, yeah. What if you're in a super speedway? What if your fuel? I don't know. That just seems a little weird. But whatever. But so I got this game for the offline. Let's talk about the offline a little bit. I think another really big compliment this game has gotten is the AI, and I want to talk about that because to me, I think the AI are very they're very good. Like, I've had a lot of fun racing them. I think they're probably the best AI that we've ever really had in a NASCAR game.
I would agree.
Honestly, I think the NASCAR Heat Series at the end had really good AI to an extent. And I think the NASCAR 25 AI are a lot like the Heat AI, where the AI are really good, but there's like little things about them that are really annoying. Like whether it's like their pit strategy or making contact with them. In NASCAR 25, though, like there's definitely some pit strategy flaws, but like just a pure race with the AI is a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on all of that. I did a race today for my career mode at the trucks in Daytona, and it was the best super speedway race I've ever had. They will push you they will legitimately, and they they will follow you lane to lane if they're pushing you. And they will make moves. I was absolutely blown away by that. Now, I was in a severely underfunded truck, and whenever I would get to the lead, I would, hemorrhage positions. But I feel like the super speedway AI is almost the best. I mean, it's the best we've ever had in a console game. Everywhere else, it's really solid. Like, I feel like they're really racy. Now, I'm with you on the pitting AI. That's my biggest problem in this game. It's just they don't pit enough. And I know that there's sliders to adjust tire wear and fuel stuff, but I like AI cars that crash don't pit.
Yeah.
And that's infuriating to me.
They don't pit for, like, when fresh tires would be an obvious advantage. They do not pit for fresh tires. It can make certain races just like really easy at certain tracks if you just take tires and blow by the field, right? It like anything involving pit road with the AI in general, because again, we mentioned it earlier, they tried to patch, like, the AI are really fast on green flag pit stops, entering pit road, exiting pit road. I think their legit pit stops are shorter or were shorter. They might have fixed that part of it. Anything involving pit road and pit stops and strategy, the AI are still kind of falling flat. But I think that's good that's the only major problem with the AI. Like, actually racing them is a lot of fun, and that's the most important part with this game, honestly. Like, there's other little things. Like, I think sometimes they give you too much room if you start going up into them. Like, they just like literally like will give you the lane, and I'm like, no, bro, like let me door bang you or whatever. Some, like, the results are kind of static. Like, Corey Haim is literally winning every race, and as realistic as that kind of is for this year, it happens in like all the series with whoever the top driver is. So there's like little things they could tweak, but I'm like really happy with like the lanes they're running, just battling them in general. Like, it can be kind of hard to pass, especially in career mode, when you have like a weaker car. So I'm like really impressed.
Yeah, I do think that's the one problem you have when you encounter driver ratings is you're not going to have much discrepancy from at all these tracks. Like, I've noticed the same thing. William Sawalich in the ARCA series won every freaking race, it felt like. Yes. And while it's kind of realistic, I mean, especially in ARCA, but like that shouldn't work like that. I feel like when I get to Cup, William Byron's going to win every week.
Exactly.
And I've seen other people complain about that too.
Yeah, they need to do what's it called? NR 2003, like they had a randomness to the ratings where it's like, yeah, one of these top guys could have a bad day. I think like the skill range slider can somewhat fix it, or not fix it, but like somewhat vary it up, but the racing kind of looks unrealistic.
For me, that just like, at least at a super speedway, all it did, like I put it down to 5. And all it did was just make them run 3x3x3x3 at Daytona, and nobody moved. And I'm just like, well, this isn't fun.
Yeah, like all that will happen is now William Byron's second. Like, that's it. That's it. And like in career mode, that can make championship standings. Luckily, we have the playoffs, so it kind of doesn't matter in a way. Kind of flaws it, but I would like to see them address that a little bit just for immersion. Like, that's something that will bother me more and more as time goes on. I think one weekend I'm like, this is annoying, but like I can deal with it for a little bit because I'm having fun driving. At least like I'm having fun racing the AI in 10th place in my career mode. Like, it's like stuff like that's a lot of fun. Let's talk about career mode a little bit. I've been mentioning it a lot. Career mode, I think I've kind of gone back and forth on it. I think I've heard some people compare it to NASCAR Thunder 04. What's your opinion? Like, where would you put this career mode?
I don't know if I would put it with the Thunder series. I feel like it's really hard because I feel like with those games, you know, after every race you would wear your stuff and you would have to repair it or overhaul it and research and develop more stuff. I feel like the repairing stuff is pretty well the same, except now once you repair it a certain amount of times, it's basically done and you have to buy a new one. I really am confused, like why I have to unlock certain tiers of parts after a certain amount of weeks. Like, I when I started the truck series, I could only buy a level 2 part, and then I ran a couple weeks. Now level 3 is available. Why can't I just
that's
purchase?
A little weird.
Like, it's like, do you walk to the store and like, hey, no, you haven't ran enough races for us to give you this? I don't know. I do like the fact that they have you give you like an agent, you can hire and fire people. Like, I feel like that's all about the same. The little random generated moments with you're earning more rep and stuff, like I like that. And I understand why people would get tired of it after a while, but I'm just glad it's there.
Yeah,
But
like even in the F1 games, they're always just like, okay, whatever, I'll make a choice here.
I would put this almost on par though with Thunder. Like it's not the same type, but now that we have multiple series, I think it's just as good. I just feel like it could be a lot deeper.
Right. And I think this is maybe, again, for this being their first game, I think they put out a pretty good career mode. Like there's definitely things that they could do. I think the part management is one of my favorite things because I really do feel immersed into owning a race team. Like just today, I had a new sponsor offer if I were to get a top 10 finish, but I finished 11th. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that money would have been great because I think I'm ready to upgrade to the next level of parts, but now I'm not getting as much money coming in. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm owning a race team and I really need money. Like it's awesome. And I feel motivated. Like in the past, games have had a rival system to try to motivate the player to race clean. But I think this system to where if you wreck your car, now you need to repair more. That's motivating me to race cleaner more than any rival system ever has.
I don't want them to bring that back.
We'll get to that. I find that really fascinating. I love what they've done with the part system. It's almost a little basic. And definitely like if you bought the gold edition, like the VIP employees that you can get, they make it way too easy if you hire them. I haven't hired them yet. I love just playing it, like kind of just getting the whatever employees as they come up and you're slowly progressing. Let's talk about the rival system and how there isn't one. Like they have this stupid, I don't want to say stupid because it's funny, like it's been memeable, the social media posts after the race. The only thing is like there's no really progression tied to it and they literally don't really mean anything in a way.
It's just there, like, for show.
It's really there for the memes on Twitter, I think. Like because half the tweets I see about this game are like Matt Weaver's little NASCAR Heat persona tweeting about the player. It's just like, and it's really cute like that, or the ARCA drivers being like, haha, I said this in the game or something. Like it's really funny, it's really cute, so it's harmless, but part of me wishes it's like I wish this actually had consequences. They
seem so sensitive. Like if you bump draft someone, they're gonna yell at you,
Yeah, that's the problem with it. Yeah,
the problem I had with Monster's rival system was that it felt impossible to get them to come back down. At least with the Thunder games, you could share draft and get them. It felt like it was pretty easy to sway them one way or the other. But I felt like with the Monster games, like once they became your rival, it was just like I had to turn it off because they would ruin your life. You could not pass them.
Yeah. I think with a rival system in the future, they need to have it to where it's like as soon as they like, it's almost like the rival meter is like a currency of aggression, and once they like slam into you, their rival meter goes down because they got it out of their system. You know what I mean? Like they got it out of their system. Now they're like maybe a level 1 rival or something.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's how it should go. Once they get to the top, they have one race where they're just awful to you, and then it's back to zero. Like that would actually work. I really do think that would be a nice thing to do if they didn't include like the share draft feature or something.
Yeah. There's other little things about career mode. I think some people are disappointed that you can't be like just a driver and drive for like a real team. I do kind of understand that, but I think some of the team management aspect of the career mode is the reason why I'm so engaged into it. I mean, because NASCAR Heat 2, the driver career mode was just kind of, you just look at these contracts and kind of manage your reputation, but there's not really much to do. I think there's a lot to do with this game for what it is because you're the owner. I think there's some immersion breaking for some people with like the way the sponsorships work. It like kind of, you get a new sponsor every few races. I mean, that's kind of nitpicky. I don't know, but I really like career mode. Like I'm having a blast with it. It's, I've played most of the NASCAR games. I think this is probably one of my, I don't even know if I want to say one of my favorites, but I just feel immersed in it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Those complaints about the driving for your own or driving for other teams, I would imagine that that's something they'll add down the line, if not the next game, considering the Heat series had it. For me, I don't necessarily want that. I mean, It's just that I don't need it, because for me that feels like I'm just doing a championship season.
Right.
Like the F1 games have it okay. Like I can get myself immersed in those, but for NASCAR, I don't know. It feels different. It feels like I'm not my own person.
Yeah, and I like how the F1 games do it to where it's like basically two separate career modes. There's a driver career and there's a team career, and even in the driver career, you're still helping your team like develop, like with like R&D. I think there's a potential path for that in this NASCAR series that iRacing is developing, but I'm impressed with the owner mode. To be honest, I think there's more they could do with it in terms of, I don't know, maybe you can hire a teammate, like F1, like you can hire a teammate, or oh my gosh, what if it was like you're Denny Hamlin and you're driving for a different team, but you have a team that's also competing? Like that would be kind of cool. Oh my gosh, Denny Hamlin's the cover star. NASCAR 26, baby. I just invented the new NASCAR 26 total team control. Oh my gosh,
you just did their whole marketing strategy for the next 12 months.
Oh my gosh.
I think that is something that they legitimately could do, and for the way they've talked about it is they hear that stuff, and I honestly believe that, like, if they can do it, they probably will at some point. I've listened to a lot of Matt Lewis's interviews and stuff, and I have no reason myself not to trust that man. I mean, he's the reason that I got the game early, so I guess I'm slightly biased, but I think that this team that's working on this game actually gives a crap about the product they're putting out. And that's why we see, like we've talked about earlier, with the patches and stuff. So I do think that they're listening, unlike EA would, or even you Technics would.
Yeah.
And
most game companies.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like they've responded to a lot of criticism and stuff online. Like they are out there every day responding to tweets I see. So
yeah, they have a Discord channel with like, oh my god, and they should have never done this, but it was a what is it called? It's called bug reporting plus suggestions, and people are like claiming, where's the playoff banners for the cars? This is a bug. Like, no, sweetie, that's not a no. Like, have you played a NASCAR game before? Like, there's going to be little things that aren't there, like it's in real life. Like, that's not a bug. Like, literally the force feedback's not working right now. Let's focus on what needs to be focused on. Like, they have a bunch of kids yelling in a Discord channel about like stuff that that's not a big deal, but they are still like willing to respond to the stuff that, you know, is a big deal, stuff that's not game breaking, but like kind of annoying, and they're fixing it. Yeah. Like, I love that.
I think that a lot of people are just being really nitpicky, and when they don't need to be. And I don't know. I don't want to tell someone how they should or shouldn't feel about the game.
I think they're traumatized.
I probably. I mean, we've had so many bad games, and it's been awful.
I get it. I really get it. As someone who's very negative.
Yeah.
Not about this game, but in general. Yeah. But like, I really do get it. In fact, like before the game came out and I was starting to hear about some stuff like the NASCAR Heat DNA, I'm like, girl, I don't know if I'm going to buy this. Like, I'm about to save myself some money, but you know, overall, I'm really glad I spent money on this game. Like, it's been a blast.
I can't say that I've spent any money on this game yet, but
well,
I would have.
Aren't you a big shot?
It's just hard with that because, you know, I've been called a shill for this game because I think it's good and I thought it was going to be good and I got a free copy. Literally, I've been accused of having my gameplay that came out before release be approved by iRacing Studios, and I'm like, that's not true. Like, that's not true at all. Like, I don't know. We're in such a world of negativity these days where, like, if it feels like there's no middle ground, you have to like it or hate it.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah. And because there's issues with this game. There's some really stupid bugs. Like, there's this restart bug that I don't even really fully understand it. I know it has something to do with a setting, but like right now I don't have the issue. Like, I've been playing and I haven't had the issue. I've had the issue some days, but not like recently, where the AI just take off and they're faster than you and stuff.
Oh, I mean, there's
like stuff like that, but we could be off a lot worse, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there's a setting you can mess with for that, but I just haven't. I don't I don't know. People keep
It's
telling me to.
well, like I feel like I did it and it didn't really change anything, but maybe I don't know. I restarted. It's a whole thing, but there's nothing coming out to me. Like I had to sit there and think about, oh wait, what are the big issues? Because like I played today and nothing was really affecting me, right? And there's like other little nitpicks, like how dare you not have Portland and Mexico in the game? That's crazy. Like, girl,
It's
like chill. I think we'll be okay.
It just comes back to, I think that they just had to get this game working in so many different areas that just some things just had to get not messed with. Like the Sonoma, I believe the Sonoma repave is correct, but the outside of the track is like the original Sonoma build. Like there's a Dodge Charger sign and nationwide signs, and it's just like, oh, that's weird. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm not stressing.
And like stuff like that, like God, I don't know if this is happening every race, but some races I notice my pit crew members are T-posing when I pull into pit road. It might just be in like Cup because I feel like I only noticed it when I'm doing quick racing. I don't know, but there's like little things like that I think is important to get ironed out in, you know, not even just patches, but like in the next release. Because I think one thing this game struggles with a little bit, this might be my biggest complaint, is the presentation of it. And I don't mean as like a screenshot of the game looks great. The screenshot of the menus look great. It's just little things like that. If you look at some kind of details, if you look at the textures, the performance on a PS5, I'm just like, this just doesn't, it's fine, but it's just like, I feel like it can kind of represent NASCAR in a weird way where the game kind of looks cheap in some areas. And I don't think that's really good for, I guess, NASCAR's representation, if that makes sense.
The game to me looks the cheapest at night. I just don't know what it is about the night lighting. It to me, that whenever I race a night race, it looks like NASCAR Heat 5 to me. And it looks so good during the day and at sunset, and then whenever it's
right, the lighting is really good. And
I'm just like, oh, this, like, the graphics just take a huge step down. I don't know what they need to do with that. But it's not great.
I think a lot of it is just optimization because, like, I mean, iRacing, all of iRacing's assets are laser scanned, and I can imagine that's pretty intensive for a console or even just the engine that they're running this game on. And I imagine there's just further optimization that they just didn't have time to do. I'm just concerned because, like, I think about the F1 games, and of course the F1 games have their own bugs and glitches, but like graphically and presentation wise, I feel like the F1 games come out and it's like, yes, this is what an F1 game looks like. Of course this is an F1 game. I want NASCAR to come out, like, I don't want a NASCAR game to come out and it looks cheap, right? And I'm not saying NASCAR 25 looks cheap, but there are times where it does. And I think that's something that a lot of people aren't really talking about. I think it's something that really needs to get ironed out in further releases.
I would say this is the most AAA NASCAR game we've ever had, but there still does leave some stuff to be desired for sure.
The menus are far better than NASCAR Heat, even though like some of them are like, you know, they're still like the same layout as NASCAR Heat, but it's a lot better than like Heat Evolution was a disaster, like UI graphic design wise, like the menus and stuff. But like the career mode, like sometimes it looks like some of the menus look a little mobile gamey, you know, whatever. But like I think the ambiance of like your car sitting in the shop, I'm like, oh my god, this is like NASCAR 09 on the Xbox 360.
Oh yeah,
like, this is
I can't
awesome.
wait. I can't wait to see what it looks like when you get your own cup shop. And
right,
how that looks. Yeah,
like that's so cool. Like so. But again, that's just kind of me being nitpicky. I just want the presentation of this game because you're representing NASCAR. NASCAR is not this cheap redneck sport. It's one of the biggest sports, I guess, kind of in America, the biggest racing series in America. We need to look like it, right, with our video game. But I'm just glad we have a video game.
yeah exactly.
I mean, the reason I'm a NASCAR fan is because I bought NASCAR 07 randomly. My grandma asked me to pick out a game at Toys R Us. I picked, I don't know, this random game, NASCAR 07, had race cars on it, and Fell in love with NASCAR. Started watching on Sundays.
Crazy. You're one of those people. You're literally.
Yes, that's why having a NASCAR game is super, super important. And honestly, even now, like I feel more engaged with NASCAR watching it on Sundays when I have a video game to kind of interact with.
You were the legitimate person that all these people keep saying that we need a good NASCAR game to get people. And
it's important.
It is.
Yeah. That's so important.
That's crazy.
Right. Yeah. That's why I've been very, I don't know, I'm not really passionate, I guess, but like I am definitely one of those people. Like we really need this NASCAR game to be good. And I think NASCAR 25 is the first game in a long time where I can be like, well, I don't know, kids probably enjoyed the NASCAR Heat series, but even like now adults that maybe they don't watch NASCAR, but they're like, oh, a NASCAR game. I'll check it out. Like when it eventually goes on sale, you know, in a few months or whatever, they might be like, whoa, this is cool. Maybe I'll start watching on Sunday. Right. Like it's important to have a good NASCAR game if you want to grow the sport, I guess.
I can physically remember getting every like I have vivid memory about each game that I got all the way up until like the end, let's just say the end of the EA games. Like I specifically remember how excited I was getting each new one. Now I was already a fan, but like that stuff is important. It's so important.
Right. Before we wrap up here, the only other really thing I want to talk about is the paint booth. I think the paint booth is, I don't even want to say it's a weaker area. I think depending on who you ask, it's a weaker area. Yeah. Because I actually really like the paint booth. And so I'm someone who designs cars on iRacing, on Photoshop. Like I've done it all, right? Back in the day, I did a lot on NASCAR 15 and their very open paint booth. But I think I appreciate NASCAR 25's paint booth for the simple fact that it feels really accessible. Like I can, in career mode, you get a new sponsor, and I've been having a lot of fun. All right, let me make my little new paint scheme, new color scheme. Maybe I'll change the design up, and I still spend like enough time on it to make it fun. But it's not like NASCAR 15 in a way where it's like I feel like I have to do so much work to get a car to look nice.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a double-edged sword between getting full custom ability and being able to design whatever you want with shapes and stuff, and having good base options and schemes for you to pick from. I am not one of those people that designs cars on iRacing. Like for me, I go into Trading Paints Pro. Right. I have a base color and I just put sponsors on. I am more than happy to pay someone to make a cool scheme for me. So I'm very challenged when it comes to doing stuff like that. And I am so thankful for all of the good designs that I can pick from. And it's not just like a stripe or, you know, a bars or something. Like I can go in there and make something that looks good. And there's so many little details you can add to each thing. Like I feel like you can, you know, make the certain color like hexagon or diamond plate or carbon fiber.
I love that feature. I think that's really what sets this paint booth over the edge for me. The fact that you can do little things like that.
Yeah. And like I was going through there, I'm like, oh, that number's too big. I can just go through and make it just a little smaller and move it where I want. And it's there. You're not just stuck with that. I can move, like if I get a career sponsor, I can kind of move it, make it bigger, smaller. And I appreciate that. Now I haven't really done much not in career mode, so I'm sure there's a lot more that you can mess around with, at least sponsor wise, but I'm happy.
It's kind of like a hybrid between the NASCAR Heat games, who, you know, that paint booth I felt like was a little too limiting, and the numbers looked ugly. Like the numbers in NASCAR 25 actually look nice. Like my career mode cars to me feel immersive. I think like some of the F1 games and NASCAR Heat Series, I think your career mode car just kind of stuck out. It was like, oh my God, this does not look like a real NASCAR race team at all. But the ones in NASCAR 25, for the amount of effort that you have to put in, you can actually make some really nice looking cars with a color scheme that makes sense. The designs look awesome. You have a lot to choose from. I think you mentioning, you know, designing a car outside a career, that's really interesting, because I have a lot of fun with the paint booth in career mode. I went to make a car just from the main menu with all the sponsors and stuff. And that's actually where I started to get a little frustrated with the paint booth, because I'm looking for all these sponsors. I'm like, okay, what sponsor do I like for my idea? And I'm just looking and I'm looking. I'm like, I don't like any of these sponsors. I don't connect to any of them. I don't know. I wish I don't, something random. I can't think of it, but like I wish Pennzoil was in the game or something. But I was having a lot of trouble dealing with the limitations outside of career mode, I guess.
Yeah, I wish they could work something into their contract where it's like every sponsor that they get agreed to be on the car. Hey, we also want to put this in the paint booth. I don't know. I feel like that's a lot easier said than done. But and a lot of people make their own, but I don't know. I haven't really messed with shapes and stuff in this one, so I don't.
There's a lot they could do with that feature, like the fact that you can add additional shapes. I've done that a few times just to like make a logo pop out a little bit more if it was on a busy design. Stuff like that is kind of why I call it a hybrid, and there's a lot more they could probably do with that in future releases that I'm excited to see. So like overall, like yes, I get the frustrations with the paint booth, but I like when you're using it in career mode, it feels really, really good, and I'm excited to see where it can grow from here.
Yeah, I did it when I was doing online last night. There was a couple cars that I raced with that were custom that they had made. Those actually look really good. Like that's like they put a lot of work into that, and they look legitimate.
Right.
So it can be done.
Yeah. If you were able, I feel like there's other console games that do this though, where you can upload your own kind of logo or at least design. And I know there's like definitely some moderation that would have to go with that since, it's a console video game and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like we can make it work.
Yeah, that's the hard part because you just can't trust people.
I know. People are very stupid.
Yeah. Even Trading Paints has that problem. It's
right.
I don't know how you moderate it at all. If everyone could just agree to hold hands and sing Kumbaya, then we would be perfect. Right. But you're not going to get that.
Yeah, it is what it is. But overall, I feel like we covered everything. I mean, the driving's great, AI great, career mode's pretty nice. Like this game is just super, super solid, and I honestly might end up buying it again on PC one day. I don't know if it will be on release. It kind of depends on how the graphics are on PC and if it supports widescreen and stuff. But yeah, I mean, overall, I feel like this was money well spent. I think a common review, I guess I've heard of the game is if you're a NASCAR fan and you play video games, you should probably have this game.
I think I'd agree.
Yeah, like 100%. So if you're wondering if you should buy NASCAR 25, definitely check it out. I know Alex, he doesn't have a PS5, but he has a gaming laptop, and I was like, I think when this comes out on Steam, Alex, you need to get this. Like you would have a lot of fun with it. Because that's the thing too. I think casual players would really like it. I think people that are maybe from iRacing, but they enjoy like a single player experience would also like this too. Yeah, like any NASCAR fan could really love this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think it covers every type of racing fan that you could want, and especially with all the settings and stuff you can tweak. I think it's a very, very good entry level base foundation game, and I know people hate using that word, but it is what it is, and I think it's only going to get better. I can't wait to see what they do going forward.
I mean, I hate that term too, because I thought, when I bought NASCAR Heat Evolution and I was like, oh, well, at least I'm funding the next game. Then the next game came out and I'm like, really? Like, so I've been burned by that before, but for a first game, this is a really impressive entry. And it doesn't really, I don't really have that kind of like, well, at least I'm funding the next game. Like I have no regrets buying this game. And Dylan, I just wanted to thank you for coming on to the Gear Racing podcast. And yeah, I'm excited to watch more content on your channel. Definitely check Dylan DGooden24 out on YouTube for more NASCAR 25 content if you want to see more gameplay. And yeah, anything else about NASCAR 25 before we sign off?
Not really. I had a lot of fun. I've been begging to come on this for a while. And you guys kept saying, "Oh, when the game comes out, we'll talk about it." And so it's finally here. It finally happened, and it's been fun. I'm super excited to get back. I'm probably going to play some more once we hang up.
100%. Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much for coming on. And I felt motivated to talk about it because I'm like, I actually like this game. Like, I think honestly, whether I hated the game or loved the game, I was probably going to want to talk about it. I'm glad we got to have a really positive discussion here about the game.
Yeah. Thankfully not negative.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. here at the Gay Racing Podcast. We talk about NASCAR and other motorsports every single week. Follow DGooden24 if you want to see more NASCAR 25 gameplay in career mode. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.